Let's see. Are we live? I think we are. Yes! Wonderful! We are live. Welcome to Sweden. Welcome to Strängnäs, which is a cozy little small town that I don't really have much of a relationship to, but it's kind of close to where my mom lives. And it's I've been here a couple of times, and I kind of like, yeah, it has a lot of charm, so I thought, why not do a little live stream from here today, since it's a beautiful summer day. And yeah, let's see, let's not get hit by a car. Oh, just a moment, folks. Let's see. Okay, so yes, it's a beautiful day here. Of course, we have to start with the weather check, don't we? It's 18 degrees here. 18 degrees. A little bit windy, but other than that, it's pretty comfortable. It's not pink shorts weather. It's jeans weather, but at least short sleeves. So yeah, let's explore this little town. This place is kind of famous for the big cathedral over there. That's kind of like one of the landmarks of this little town. It's a town of 15,000 people. So, you know, not super tiny, but not entirely big city either. And lots of old streets with traditional Swedish houses like these. This is actually, let's see how old this is. So some of these buildings are kind of like, they have this information displays. So, okay. Trying to figure out when it was. Was it built this year maybe? Yeah. Yeah. It's really old. Wow, 1661. So, but now it says since 95 it's owned. It has a private owner. Before that, it was kind of owned by the city, and yeah. I didn't really read all the details, but anyway, lots of old houses here, which gives the place a bit of a charm. And there's a nice. We're actually next to the water too, so I will go down to the waterfront later, but I thought let's start here at the church and then work our way downhill. If anyone watching knows this place and have any recommendations, places I should see, or specifically if there's like any decent place where I can have a coffee break in this town, please let me know. I would be very happy. I did record a 4K video from this town last summer, so some of you might have seen that. Yeah, nice church tower. Ah, thank you, Vidya Santoso. First beers on me. Thank you very much. And yeah, some of you maybe watched my little departure video. Just before this live stream, I posted a video from my flight to when I left Japan, which is, I left on Wednesday and it's now Sunday, so a couple of days ago. But yeah, the trip here to Sweden was kind of eventful. My flight was very late. Nah, let's not make this a history tour. That's not really my thing anyway. Yeah, my flight was very delayed, 2 hours. No, 3 hours actually. But 1 hour was like announced beforehand. But then once we had boarded the plane, we had to sit inside for 2 hours before we could even take off. And that meant I missed my connecting flight, so I had to spend one night in Frankfurt. But of course the airline pays for that, and also since it's a European airline, I do expect to get some financial compensation as well, which is a nice little bonus. Makes the entire adventure a little bit less annoying. I think I should be getting 600 euros from Lufthansa because of the delay. So yeah, that's a little bonus, I guess. 東京の夏気持ちいい。大阪だと素敵な街並みですね。そうですね。ありがとうございます。ね、前回もありがとうございました。Yoshida-san. So after my last live stream in Japan, I actually had a viewer or two viewers coming up to me to say thanks and wish me a good trip. And it appears like those, as if those viewers are in the chat right now. So that's nice. That's nice. I'm absolutely not religious or anything, but I do think that all the churches that dot the landscape here in Sweden are kind of a nice feature. They all have a very long history and they're all very well maintained. It's quite nice that we have those. Who said hello? Yeah, I think they're in the chat right now as Yoshida Maru-san. they wrote, but in Japanese. Yeah, I think I arrived in Sweden at just the right time. Like, apparently Tokyo has been pretty hot and quite humid today. And the weather here is just gorgeous. Like, it's so comfortable. Not too hot. Clear blue skies. Yeah, very, very comfortable. And what always blows my mind whenever I come to Sweden in the summer is just how long the days are. I mean, sunset now is around 11 in the evening in this part of Japan, this part of Sweden. If you go even further north, they have midnight sun right now. So that's a pretty big contrast from Japan, where even in the summer, sunset is like, what, 7 or 8 maybe? So that's a big difference. And of course, another big difference that always strikes me when I come to Sweden is just the silence. How quiet it is everywhere. That is quite nice, actually. I do enjoy that. Of course, there are plenty of quiet places in Japan too, but I don't know, there's something about the kind of quietness and stillness of Sweden that I don't really feel when I'm in Japan. So here you can see the water. This is Lake Mälaren, which is the biggest lake in Sweden, and it's also connected to the sea. Basically it goes all the way to Stockholm, where there's like, you can actually pass some sluice, I think, and you enter the sea, the ocean. And we're about 45 minutes away from Stockholm by train, so plenty of people living here probably work in Stockholm. It's a kind of commuting, like it's quite easy to commute. Of course, not as the connections in Sweden are nowhere near as good as those in Japan. The trains are not very frequent. I think there's maybe one train every 30 minutes at most between here and Stockholm in the rush hour. So it's a pretty different from Japan. But then again, the number of people living here and who are using those trains is also on a completely different scale. Someone asked what time it is here. It is, here you have the local time. Am I using Rakuten? No, I have a Swedish SIM card in my phone now. let's see if we can find our way down to the waterfront, and then it kind of goes in an arch like this, and there's a small little harbor over here where there's lots of shops and stuff. So I think we should be able to find a cafe or something over there. Ah, hello Johanna. Yes, I was in Norrköping yesterday actually. Yeah, perfect weather right now. Here's a hotel. Huh. If you want to stay in this kind of historical environment, you can apparently do so. Interesting. Let's see. Let's go down here. Take a look at the sea. Yeah, so quiet and nice, right? It is quite different from Japan. Japan can be pretty quiet and nice too, especially small cities like this in Japan is also very, very quiet. If you go to like central Stockholm, it's obviously quite different from this, but yeah. Some pretty nice houses here as well. Open beaches. Maybe not right here, but I'm sure you can probably... Not sure if this little house over there, there's some stairs next down to the water. Maybe it's like a sauna or something. Not sure though. And here you can actually take a steamboat from here. This bridge is like a steamboat terminal. So I don't know exactly where it goes. If it goes all the way to Stockholm or somewhere else, but yeah. Is this a typical neighborhood in Sweden? Typical neighborhood I wouldn't say. It's a pretty scenic little small town. Not everywhere is as nice as this, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's like Shirakawa-go either though. I don't know, it's difficult to draw parallels like that. But yeah, it's a small town. 15,000 people live here. So, like, small but not tiny. I wonder if it's like one family living there. Probably. The sizes of houses still kind of, you know, whenever I've been in Japan for a while and I get calibrated to the housing, to the size of houses there, it just blows my mind whenever I come back to Sweden and see the difference in scale of everything. Tokyo 蒸し暑いですね。スウェーデンはあんまり蒸し暑くない。今日は今18度。湿気も低いです。でもちょっと怪しい雲もある。でも今日はなんか天気予報によるは雨降らないみたいです。So yeah, 18 degrees, very comfortable weather. Like one of my Japanese viewers, actually the one I met in Shinjuku after my last stream there, just said that Tokyo is getting hot and humid. But yeah, Sweden is not hot and humid at all. Are we climbing up to the windmill? Yeah, let's. The windmill is cute. Oops. I have my jacket with me, but I obviously don't need to wear it right now. This must be someone's private little boat. Cute. Yeah, I really think in terms of timing, when I left Japan now was a pretty good point in time, because those of you who are familiar with my streams probably know that the Tokyo summers are one of my worst things about living in Japan. It's just, yeah, really uncomfortable to me. Getting a little bit windy, sorry. I should have maybe used my external mic, which I'm not using today. Now I regret that. No fences near the water, yeah, right. It's maybe not. Oh, now it's super windy here. Sorry about that. I wouldn't maybe let Mini Explorer walk alone around here. That would be dangerous. Let's see, should I attach? I actually have my external mic with me. Should I maybe attach it? Low-key, regular Swedish apartment blocks. Maybe signal around here is not great. Someone says that it's stuttering a little bit, yeah. Some nice houses over there too. Let's see. Zoom in a little bit. They must have very nice views from their verandas. Let's try heading up. Windy here. If I can get a bit of shelter from the houses, wind noise should be better. think I can turn left somewhere around here. Oh, Pegroove! Thank you. First super chat on me on the Sweden side. Now I have to go, but I will watch the rest on replay. It looks very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised we haven't seen anyone swimming yet. Swedish people love swimming, but it is a little bit cool in the sky, so maybe, yeah, maybe not yet. I think I'll head up here and see if I can find some smaller street with less wind. I'm not sure if streaming from here is better or worse for American viewers. Probably worse, I would guess. Yeah, I have my business partner for the game that I'm working on, and he's in the US, and we're always, whenever I'm in Sweden, we're always struggling to find a time when we can both go online and talk. Garfield, you like this road? Yeah? It's a very peaceful Swedish town. This feels super relaxed and very safe and chill. Australia it's 10 p.m. Yeah. It's always, when you have a global audience, it's always gonna be no matter when I stream, there's always gonna be some people who find it inconvenient. Which town is this? It's called Strängnäs. It's about 45 minutes by train from Stockholm. To the west, next to Lake Mälaren, which is the biggest lake in Sweden. It's a pretty healthy city, I think. There's not, my impression is that there's probably not that many social problems here in this place. Many other Swedish cities are struggling with various social problems, but I think this is probably not one of those places. So yeah, also a big difference from Sweden. So this house is built in 1874. Like everywhere in Sweden you see like residential houses that are well over 100 years old, both like single family homes, but also like buildings like this. Whereas in Japan they just tear things down after 30, 40, 50 years. But in Sweden and I guess most of Europe, we tend to build things in a way so that they last. Biggest social problem is an ex-Tokyo live stream of violence for people's privacy. Yeah, that's probably it. Can't get much worse than that anyway. So now we're approaching an area with old traditional houses again. Beautiful. Oh, should we go up here maybe? This little path up here looks quite inviting. Oh, and here, wow! Photo gallery. Photo art gallery. Huh. This place was built in 1684. Back in 1871 there was a big fire in this town where a lot of buildings were destroyed, but this one survived. And this has been a photo gallery since 2015. Interesting. Almost a little bit tempted to go inside, but maybe since it's Sunday, maybe it's not open. Probably not open, yeah. No fence on the window. Yeah, we don't have those in Sweden. That's also a pretty big difference from Japan. Like in Japan, everybody always keeps their curtains drawn and everybody's like so worried about if people can look inside their homes. But here in Sweden, we don't really care much about that. We have kind of a sense of trust in the society that I often miss while I'm in Japan. Even though Japan is a super safe country, I feel that most people there don't feel very safe, which is kind of interesting. Let's walk around Stockholm. Sorry I'm late. Which tunnel? We're in Strängnäs, my friend. We're in Strängnäs. Walking Strängnäs today. Okay, so now I'm coming back down here, which is not really where I want to be, but let's go down anyway. Oh, you've never been here? You should go. It's a very charming little place, and it's just 45 minutes by train from Stockholm. So is it Father's Day in Sweden this weekend? No, it's not. It's not. It's I don't even know when Father's Day in Sweden takes place actually. I think it's like later in the year. But it is Father's Day in Japan. Yeah, let's try to find the coffee person equivalent here in Strängnäs. Nice facade painting, by the way. Kind of like this. What does it say? Strängnäs elektriska valskvarn. Okay, so it's some sort of old valskvarn. I don't even know what that is in Swedish. But some sort of old industrial building, but I think it has been turned into apartments now. Let's go to this windmill over there. I wonder if we can walk up here maybe. These stairs here. People swim in that water? Yes. Not maybe here specifically, but I'm sure we're not far away from a place where people can swim. Should we try try walking up here? Yeah, let's try. Let's see where this will take us. Basically, yeah, Swedish people love swimming. We swim in all the lakes and rivers and whatnot. And the water is generally very clean as well. We're not really having much problems with like pollutions or things like that. Since Sweden is such a big country and with a very low population, our nature is very, very clean. Hey, we found the windmill. I'm pretty sure it's not actually in use anymore. It's probably just preserved. Let's see, maybe we can get a nice view of the town from around here. Maybe not. Let me switch to the ultra wide maybe. There we go. Like you watch your swimming stream video soon. Yeah, why not? Let's see if we can make that happen. That would be fun. So yeah, down here is like the harbor where there's like lots of small shops and restaurants and stuff. I will walk down there soon. iPhone is waterproof, yeah, it is. Thumbnail world, yeah. I think I already have a decent thumbnail for this video. It's one that I shot last summer when I was here. For me, June and July is the best time of the year in Sweden. It's light all day and evenings and never completely dark at night. Yeah, I like it too. I like that too. Oh my god, prejudice. Så det snö. Oh, water scooter. I never tried that, but I would love to actually. It looks so much fun. The person on the scooter just yelled, "The water is bloody cold." Anyway, let's head down to the harbor. Yeah, that's where I took the thumbnail photo, McGuffin. That's right. That's right. The one that you very quickly managed to geolocate. And here we have a pretty nice view of the cathedral as well. If I remember correctly, there is like a path down here. Yes, that's what I took when I recorded my 4K video here last summer. That's why I remember the streets a little bit. I'm really not familiar with this city otherwise. I think I've only been here probably 5 times at most in my entire life. So I don't really know this place very well, but Waiting for a local Strangnas fan to ask if you're a famous YouTuber. Yeah. Yeah. I doubt that it will happen, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, Marcus McIntyre. Need to retire for the night. Yeah. Good night. Oyasumi nasai. There's some fairly fancy boats here. Down here. Yeah, there's so many cozy little houses, and this is actually someone's home. They just live here, and this too, I guess. Wow, what a nice veranda to be able to sit here and enjoy the view with a cup of coffee every morning. That would be nice. There's a quite nice view here too. Kombini Biru is a classic. Yeah, I don't think there's any kombini here in this town. Probably the closest thing would be like a gas station, but I don't know. And of course, now we're in Sweden, which means that you can't buy any beer with a higher alcohol level than 3.5% in the stores. Only if you go to like a restaurant or a bar, of course, they are allowed to serve alcohol. And then there's also like the proper liquor shops where you can buy stronger alcohol. But if you just go to a supermarket or some random little small shop, you won't be able to get anything stronger than 3.5% beer. How old are these houses? I don't know, but we did pass a couple of houses that were built like in the 1600s earlier in the stream. So drinking on the street a lot in Sweden. There's some areas in some cities where you're not allowed to drink, but in general I think it is. However, if you are like drunk and obnoxious, then you might get told to go home by the police if you're not behaving well. That could happen. Here's a little gas stand and store, it says. It doesn't really look like a store to me. I think I want to go. This street here looks very inviting. Let's explore. Someone has a horrible taste in music. Also, let's dash from the copyright issues, hopefully. Yeah, these streets are gorgeous. Garvargränd. If this was in Japan, there would be like a little izakaya down here. But unfortunately, that's not so common in Sweden. Hej hej! Cute elderly couple. I wonder if they're locals. Probably. When we sit down later, I want to check the prices. How much it is if you want to buy one of these houses. What a nice garden. Congrats for your new life. Gambare. Arigatou gozaimasu. What's a good Swedish dish to try for first-time visitors in Sweden? I don't know. Swedish food is not good. Like all the good stuff here is like non-Swedish food. Which is kind of sad, but yeah, I don't really think that Swedish food is anything noteworthy. Ah, hello Mala. Thanks for joining. Japan製車走ってますか？トヨタ、ホンダなど。そうですね。ここはフォルクスワーゲン、ボルボ、フォルクスワーゲン。あれはレクサスかな？レクサスは日本ですよね。スズキ、ボルボ、スコダ、フォルクスワーゲン、オーペル。あれは多分何でしたっけ？どっちの会社がちょっと覚えてない。日産、トヨタ、トヨタかな。まあ日本の車あるけどそんなにめっちゃ楽ではないですね。So we're down here at the little harbor area. That cafe behind you has nice cake and coffee. Oh, this one, Mervis Boden Gallery. Okay, let's see, is it open? Let's see if it's open. No, this is not a cafe, it's an antique shop. And it's not open. Maybe, but it feels like there has to be a cafe somewhere around here. どこだろう? Maybe this? No. Ah, over there maybe. Maybe here. We might. I think that's a cafe. Let's see. Let's see if we can have a little coffee break. Ah, Café Grassagården. Yeah, that's the one over there. Perfect. Let's go there then. Here you also have very typical Swedish older apartment buildings. You can find buildings like this in basically every city in Sweden. Yes, Yamaguchi-san. It would be a nice town for reading books and maybe have a beer with you. Why not? Okay, this looks like a very typical old school Swedish cafe kind of place. Let's see if we can get something under. Yeah, let's get something here. Oh, it's a long queue. Psykat ska man sen nu.
Ja, och så kommer vi ut med smörgåsarna alldeles. Ja, exakt. Eller glas. Det finns precis uppe på hyllan. Det finns även bestick och servetter och sånt där. Och vatten om ni vill ha. Tack.
Hej! En kaffe och en havreruta.
Ja, absolut. Sen kan man ha honung på det där då.
Kaffe tar man själv eller?
Ja, exakt. Det finns 2 rum inne på vedspisen där inne.
Okej.
Finns det.
Ja.
Så då är det bara att ta. Så finns det även mjölk där och sånt om du vill ha.
Okej. Jättebra. Tack.
Var det bra så?
Ja, just det. Man måste betala också. Ja, det är bra så.
Det är bra så?
Ja.
Kaffe. Sådär. 50 kronor.
Så.
Tack så mycket. Vill du ha kvitto?
Nej, det är bra.
Då kastar jag den.
Ja,
Tack så mycket.
Hej. Tack. Oh, it's very nice in here, inside. But I'm struggling. I don't have enough. Once again, I missed my third arm. I can get some. It's like self-serve coffee. Let's just take a look at this nice interior. So this is what the inside of an old Swedish house can look like. Very old. I wonder how many 100 years ago this place was built. I'm also kind of thinking where I should sit because I feel super awkward sitting around too much people if I'm gonna talk to you. So I think I will actually sit here inside. Have a lonely fika here. Let's get the coffee. Okay, let's have a coffee break. A lonely fika with 250 plus people. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think we all will fit in here. Sure. Let me get my little tripod. Are the ceilings high or low? Let me show you. Just a moment. Just trying to dig out this little thing. So the ceiling is not super low, but I can easily touch it. But it's I've been in old houses with way lower ceilings than this. And I think actually, yeah, you can see it's not straight. So the ceiling gets lower and lower as we get more in this direction. Anyway, let's have a traditional Swedish fika here. Yeah, I'm more embarrassed when I'm streaming in Sweden. Then I'm much more like self-aware. Okay, fika time. Oh, interesting. This little vase is even for sale. 395 kronor. That's like $40. Do you feel like a foreigner in Sweden? No. Not really. No, not a foreigner. No. I don't think I will ever feel like a foreigner here, but I do sometimes kind of forget parts of the social codes and social rules, which makes me quite awkward at times. Okay, let's see. This is very sticky. This thing. It's like hard and sticky. But very tasty too. Let's see, what else are you saying? Have you bowed or said suika yet when paying? No. Maybe bowed. I might have done that, but I don't think I've asked to pay with suika yet. Swedish coffee, strong or weak? Generally strong. Generally quite strong. Let me open the chat here on my second phone. It's a bit easier to see what you all are saying. Don't sweat it. I get the same feeling in US sometimes. Push through and just do your thing. Yeah, thank you, Bit of a Wonder. And speaking of Bit of a Wonder, as you all know, he is this channel's mega supporter. And I am super grateful for that. And of course, I'm also super grateful for all of my Patreon supporters who are, always helping me to keep this channel running. And I hope you will be with me even now that I'm in Sweden. I'm just moving things around here a little bit to make it a bit more visually attractive, maybe, hopefully. But yeah, I will do a Patreon only stream later today after this one. So for those of you who are on my Patreon, you will find the link to that stream in the latest post. The post that also links to this stream that you're currently watching. If you are thinking about joining my Patreon, you still have time if you want to do so, or you can join me right now and you will be able to join today's Patreon only stream. And of course, for those of you who don't know, so in my Patreon only streams I share a little bit more private stuff, and you also get to see what I look like. And by the way, I got a haircut yesterday, so you will get to point your finger and laugh at me. Yeah, things like that. But other than that, I think this stream, yeah, I will go down, I will just finish this fika, then I will go down to the harbor and wave goodbye to you there. It's almost been an hour, so I think that's an appropriate length for a stream like this. What kind of data provider do you have in Sweden? I don't think my SIM card, it's a prepaid one, so I don't think it supports 5G. But 5G is not very well built out in Sweden anyway. So just 4G. But it's fast enough. What kind of coffee did you get? Just regular, like regular brew, what do you say, brewed coffee? Which is kind of like the normal coffee in Sweden. But of course you can also get things like cafe latte and cappuccinos and stuff. But usually at places like this, more traditional cafes, they tend to stick with the traditional stuff. I will travel to Helsinki. Yes, that's right. I will go to Helsinki the day after tomorrow. I really hope that I will have some time to do a stream for you from Finland as well. That would be great, but I'm mainly there for work, so that's kind of like my top priority. But I think I will be able to do a stream from Finland. When TE started live streaming in Strängnäs, he really surprised the telecom companies as they saw a 200 rise in data internet capacity. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it would be great to visit Jari. I would love that. Actually, I'm not going to Helsinki. I am traveling via Helsinki, but my work is, the work project is actually in Tampere. Is that where you live, Jari? It would be so awesome if we could actually meet. Am I flying to Finland? Yes, I am. I'm flying there. Is coffee more expensive in Sweden or in Japan? This was actually surprisingly cheap. I think the coffee here was 28 crowns, which is about 350 yen. And this one was 22 crowns. I finished it already. So yeah, 50 crowns in total, which is about like what, 600-700 yen, which I would say is about the same as it would cost in Japan, depending on the place. If you go to a cheap place in Japan, you can get something similar for that kind of money. But in Stockholm, I think you would be struggling to find a coffee for 28 crowns. It's probably way more expensive. But yeah, I just finished my coffee and my snack, so let's go outside again. Okay, you're 75 kilometers away from Tampere. I see, Jari. That's too bad. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah, that was a good fika. Thank you, McGuffin, for finding that place for me. Appreciate it. I mean, it's more fun when my viewers tell me where to go, right? Of course, I could do the research myself, but I kind of enjoy to let my viewers play as big important role as possible in my streams. Before going down to the harbor, I just want to go up here because I remember a nice little street here as well. Hello Lemmy! Thank you for joining today. Hope you're good. Did you also join the rest of the gang for the Taiwanese food festival today? No, you were in Nagano, right? You were in Nagano, weren't you? Nina. Nagano, ine. Oh, let's see. Well, that's not up here. Haha, face reveal. Very brief face reveal. And I'm not wearing a mask even, because no one's wearing a mask in this country these days. So yeah, this little street I remember. I stumbled across this. It was a nice coffee shop. Yes, it was. It was. Lillgatan, that's a cute name. This street is called Little Street, or Small Street. No, Little Street, I think, would be the more accurate translation. So yeah, here's a few other historical buildings that has been preserved. But yeah, I will head down to the harbor now and wave goodbye to you there. Then I will take a bit of a break for maybe about 30 minutes or so. And then I will do a Patreon only live stream. So again, if you are on the fence, planning to join my Patreon, you still have time. You will make it for today's Patreon only stream. And the link to Patreon only stream is in the last post on my Patreon. So you can find it there. Here's a small stage where I would assume they have various events throughout the summer. That's cute. So quiet. So quiet and relaxing everywhere. But yeah, let's head down to the harbor. Thai restaurants are pretty common everywhere in Sweden. Thai restaurant, pizza, kebab. I would say those are the most common ones. Pizza and kebab is way more common than Thai restaurants though. But yeah, you can find it all in Sweden. Everywhere. Ooh, suddenly strong wind smacking me in the face. let me see. It is now 4:36. So the Patreon only stream will start at 3 o'clock local time, or 25 minutes from now. But until that I need a little break. I also need to kind of get in touch with my wife before she falls asleep. Lots of small restaurants here, almost like Yatai in Japan, food stands. Maybe here. Yeah, I think here is a good place to wrap things up. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and sorry for the very windy ending. Hope you can hear me. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I can hopefully do a stream sometime in the coming week from Finland. Fingers crossed about that. Patreon only stream coming up soon. 3 o'clock local time, so a little over 20 minutes from now. But that will be it for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Hej då. Auf Wiedersehen.